Before we start, I really want to tell you that I borrowed these glasses from my brother yesterday to look smart today, and I hope it works. Okay, now, can anybody tell me how to say hello in Korean?
안녕하세요.
Yes, thank you. It's 안녕하세요, right? We use that all the time. But did you know that 안녕 actually means the state where our body is healthy and our mind is at peace? As the meaning of 안녕하세요 implies, we need both physical and mental health in our lives. Physical health? Okay, I get regular checkups, know what medicine to take, and notice right away when I don't feel good. Now, mental health. Well, the importance of physical health often overshadows mental health. And this occurs similarly in the process of helping refugees. When we encounter the news of refugees, there are considerable worries about do they have enough food, can they go to school, can they get surgeries they need, but rarely do they have someone who can listen to their stories. This is an old paradigm of helping. People only help what they can see. However, the unseen can be as deadly as the seen. Statistics, reports, and journals indicate that the mental health of refugees are being greatly threatened as well as their physical health and livelihood. The World Health Organization points out that asylum seekers and refugees are more likely to suffer depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. In particular, various studies reveal that children and adolescents are more likely to suffer, adding that 50 to 90% experience PTSD and 6 to 40% experience major depression. Considering that more than 40% of refugees are under the age of 18, the mental sufferings of refugee children and adolescents is undoubtedly a serious issue. One study emphasizes that without the serious commitment by help and resettlement services to provide early support to promote mental health, a high proportion of refugee children are at risk for educational disadvantage and poor social integration in host communities, potentially affecting their life course. When I put it like this, the mental sufferings of refugees just feel like a statistic, a number, not a story of individuals. So, I brought a short film that can help us feel how terrifying this trauma of war can be. In Canada refugee camp, the number of psychological consultations rose 50% compared to the previous year. And suicide attempts also increased highly. To simply put it, more and more refugees need mental care. And not to forget, by providing sufficient mental care, financial support can be used more effectively. Because if mental sufferings can be relieved, refugees will be able to work more productively, adapt faster to a new community, and utilize financial supports more efficiently. Psychiatrists say that our minds and bodies cannot be separated. They're like two sides of a coin. Imagine you're walking on the street, and suddenly a bear bursts out from a bush next to you. Not this kind of bear, but this kind of bear. Your heart starts to pump, your breathing becomes faster, cold sweat runs down your back, and at the same time, your mind panics and you become scared and nervous. In this situation, can any of you remain peaceful inside while your heart races and cold sweat breaks out? Or can any of you order your body to be completely calm while your mind goes crazy the moment you see the bear? I believe your answer is no. And this shows the concept that our mind and body cannot be separated. This concept also provides an insight in refugee support system. If humans' minds and bodies cannot be separated, why are we so obsessed with only helping the body or the outer side of refugees? Shouldn't we care both sides of the coin? Shouldn't there be equivalent emphasis on mental support as well as physical support? The current system of helping refugees has a huge wheel of physical support, while a tiny wheel of mental support. And refugee support system will balance better with a second wheel. So how can we help refugees mentally? Whenever I tried to help refugees, I was discouraged that there isn't so much a teenager like me can do. I don't have a lot of money, time, fame, nor an expertise in any field. It would have been great if I had at least one of them, but I don't. So one day, I thought, I can listen. I can listen to their stories and empathize with them. That's how I came up with the idea of Exchange Diary Project. In this project, one refugee team will be paired up with another student, and they will write a diary on an online shared document. This project can be a part of a program among twin schools, among refugee resettlement centers, or refugee supporting NGOs with peer consultation clubs such as Toreure in SGH. Since teenagers tend to feel more comfortable with their peers, they will be able to share their daily lives, feelings, and maybe even haunting memories. In other words, they will have someone who can listen to their stories. Writing a diary or journaling is a proven therapy for reducing stress, anxiety, and managing symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. I myself used to suffer from depression and stress. Negative thoughts and feelings exploded in my mind, and I could not control it. I felt like I was falling down into a dark pit forever and was left alone in the whole world. Sometimes, I wanted to give up on everything. School, relationships, and even life. Fortunately, I came across a book that writes about opening up my emotions and inner hardships in order to overcome depression and stress. Soon after, I started to write a diary, and I felt much better as I poured out my anger, sadness, stress, worries, and tears with it. So now, all these painful memories became words and phrases in my diary, and I accepted it as a part of my life. And during that time, one thing kept me going day by day. It wasn't a huge gift. It wasn't my favorite TED Talk. It was one of my friends, "Hey, I'm here for you." Those words held me tight and gave me the courage to stand in front of you today. Maybe that's what refugees all need. Yes, they need money, shelter, food, etc. Of course. But most of all, maybe what refugees all need right now is someone's, "Hey, I'm here for you." Thank you.